Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the ExtraBLRD, where we talk about all things news and entertainment for the past week. We just got done wrapping up episode 148 of the Blrd podcast, where we reviewed Skeleton Crew, Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Awesome show, gave it high praise. So if you have not watched that episode, please go back and watch that. Also, if you haven't watched Star Wars Skeleton Crew, check it out. We talked about it in depth, and you want to hear our opinions on it, because I think Star Wars might be back, baby. Might be. So, all right, we did have the Ed Underground with us for a hot minute, but unfortunately he had to set up his microphone. So he will be joining us shortly, so we can get to hear his take on the Skeleton Crew. And of course we can talk shit about his opinion, because why not? I'm sure it's going to be polarizing all the same. So, but in other news, while Ed is coming back talking about that,
Hold up. I want to jump into before we get into the news.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk about what dropped. Your new addiction right now, Marvel Rivals.
Do you guys really want to talk about my literal crack addiction that I have right now with this game? Yeah. Okay. We can talk about it.
You got into a free-to-play game that's made to get you addicted and try to suck money out of you.
First off,
it's doing its job very well.
This is coming from the Dark Tide person who's putting like almost 200 hours into Dark.
I don't play free-to-play games, dog.
Okay. I get it. You're better than us brokies over here. Like I pay premium price for my entertainment.
How much you make? You don't gotta fucking say it, but I'm just gonna stick it back in your face. How much you make? Brokey?
I'm pretty broke myself.
Yeah, bro. What do you have worth in shoes behind you right there?
Oh,
we've been through this before.
Talking about shoes really quick.
You broke?
Yeah, of course. Here we go. Let's see some ridiculously overpriced sneaker.
No, this is not overpriced sneaker. Just really quick. We can talk about.
If it's more than $30, it's overpriced.
Shut up, okay?
Unless you're promoting a new pair of soaps for the Sonic movie, I don't want to see them.
Well, you're gonna see them anyway. You're going to see them. These are some shoes. I've been wanting these shoes since I was a wee lad. Maybe like 4 years ago when I found out they came out. I bought these shoes. Now I'm gonna tell you this was a great deal. These shoes brand new go for $400. Brand new. These shoes are from 2013. For $400, I got them used in like almost mint condition for half that. And I have to show you guys. If you like sneakers, you're gonna love this shoe. This is the Reebok Kamikaze Packer Edition. Came out in 2013. As you guys can see, like I've only worn this shoe just to try on, but this shoe came out literally 11 years ago, and it is still in immaculate condition. And I absolutely love the shoe. So now I kicked out like one of my pairs of shoes, like one of my other hype pairs of shoes. I'm gonna show my camera. Over here, I put all my hype pair over there, and then I'm in the camera when I'm streaming anymore. I put these shoes here in that position because I just love these shoes so much. So yeah, these are
looks like a prize you would win on an episode of Nickelodeon Guts.
And I'm all there for. I'm for it. Like I love the shoes. So,
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Like I could get behind that. But I love these shoes. But yeah,
I do like the colorway. I could never pull off those colors.
Neither can
How
I.
the hell am I gonna wear like lime green and pink shoes?
I wear Hawaiian shirts like all the time, and I can't pull that color off.
I can't pull this color off, but it's just a beautiful shoe. And like I said, this is a Reebok. And I also bought another pair of Reeboks today. You guys probably
this is a shoe podcast now.
It is a shoe podcast. This is what we call the Sneaker Corner. Really quick. So Alien Romulus, I think we all pretty much enjoyed the movie, right? So Adidas Reebok came out with some shoes for Alien Romulus. They called the BB something. I forgot what it's called, but it was supposed to be like a throwback shoe. Called the Reebok. It was called Reebok Aliens BB 4000. This was a callback shoe back to like Aliens, back when Ripley, back in Alien. So callback shoe. She wore it in the movie, and they came and made the shoe commercially available. The shoe normally goes for $300. I was able to get it today brand new from Reebok. They did a re-release because it was so popular for $150. I bought it today. Absolutely love it. And it looks worn too.
Is it the one that they released a while ago that you could get the one that are those really high boots, almost like a boot sneaker that look like, they call them alien stompers back in the day? Is that the one?
I don't know what they call the alien stomper. I just saw, like I said, it's the same shoe that she wore in the movie. So it's part of that. It's supposed to be part of that. Yeah, it's part of the universe, and the shoe looks worn. Like it comes looking like it.
What is it called? Sorry, it's Alien BB
Aliens.
4000.
Yeah, BB 4002 mid shoes. Yeah, so I bought those today, and I think they might still be available. Oh, actually, I'm getting an error. So they may not still be available. But yeah, I ended up getting.
Oh, and the used one. I'm not paying that much money for a shoe that looks used.
Yeah, I'm saying they came out. They re-released today, brand new. So I got it for $150. But yeah, some of them go for. I've seen some are going for $400. Some are going for $2,400. I don't know why. But yeah, they re-released them today. So
I like them. I don't hate them.
Yeah, I was like, they're pretty cool.
The ones that look used?
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Well, that's supposed to be like a mining company.
No, I know, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody.
Are you browsing
There's
right
someone
now?
in the trades who works on construction sites.
Are
You're not
you
gonna find
looking
anybody
up the
wearing
shoe?
Reebok.
Yeah, Reebok.
Looking at the shoe, yeah.
Type in Alien Stomper High Ripley.
Yeah. Or just
those are the ones.
I feel like
oh my
this is
god,
a
it's
trap.
ridiculous though, the price that they're going for. Okay.
Oh yeah, they are. Yep, exactly like Ripley's old shoes. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, the big ones with
Oh yeah,
like boots.
Okay,
right. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
I thought those were the ones that were getting re-released.
Creamcast, did you get the Back to the Future self-lacing? Did you get those?
No, I am currently thinking about getting them, but
lookout?
they're stupid expensive. Yeah, you're talking about the Nike Air Max. Yeah, those. If you get the auto lacing, those obviously cost a lot more. If you get the ones you lace yourself, they're cheaper. And the ones that are auto,
you gotta go auto lace.
Yeah,
you have to go auto lace. They sell fake ones, so you can get like a replica one that is exactly the same thing, like identical, for like $1,000. That are auto lacing. Where they come with the box and everything, like the original ones have. And there's people out there that's their business to repair them, because at this point they're old. So
okay, there's no way. I'm looking at a listing for these Alien Stompers on eBay. There's no way this price is like. What is the point of this?
What?
No, I agree. It's
basically
overpriced.
$1 million for what reason?
Yeah,
I mean,
no one's gonna pay it.
Oh no,
you'll be $2.95 shipping.
Yeah, then you gotta pay shipping.
I like how they'll give you free shipping.
The audacity to charge $999,999.99 and then not cover free shipping. What the fuck?
Oh, we got a hater in the chat. We got Pink Destroyer talking about
He's talking about the Reeboks.
Yeah, he's talking about Reebok. Says that's a lot for shoes. What the fuck? Even half is too much. Ugly. Those shoes look like Kesha. Those shoes look like you stomped on a small child from the 90s. And you know what? Hey, those are my child stompers, man.
Like you found them behind a Wendy's.
Yeah, like you found them behind the Wendy's, and somebody with dreads is wearing them. Like, yeah, that's where you'll
find a homeless man that just passed out.
Yeah, right. Like the homeless man would give you money for them. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I'm going down a rabbit hole here. Have you seen these Jurassic Park ones?
I've seen
those are cool.
I've seen some Jurassic Parks.
Holy shit! This is a shoe podcast. What have I done?
Sneaker corner.
Sneaker corner. What you say, Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park X Stomper, Reebok Jurassic Park X Stomper. Yeah, I mean, I would probably have worn this back in the day.
What's it?
I like the case it comes in too.
It's what, the black ones?
Yeah,
that say security
ones.
on them. Yeah, those are like the most basic. When I've worn these back in the day, these are something look like you could find them at Walmart in the clearance bin, but they're actually kind of cool. I like the case. I like the case.
Creamcast.
Shut the fuck up.
What is it called? Reebok?
I gotta tell you this. I'm sorry, but all those shoes on behind you, they all look like they could be found at Walmart. But now,
are you serious?
some of them, if you shrink them down, I'm pretty sure kids have them right now. Like, I mean,
there's first off these hyper dunks right here, here. Yeah. You ain't nobody getting those. The Air Yeezys right here go for thousands of dollars. Yeah, all these shoes right here. Now, some of them are clearance. Like these dunks right here are clearance. No one really bought them, but yeah, most of my shoes are pretty hype shoes. So yeah, you can suck a fart on my ass.
Yeah. Someone share your screen. Share your screen real quick. I want to see these Jurassic Park shoes.
Yeah, I want to see which ones are those. The ones with the crazy colors.
Yeah, because that's the one I saw.
No, he's talking the black ones.
The black ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Like the multicolor one. That one's pretty cool.
I'll put it in the chat.
The one that looks like it's green with looks like dino.
Oh, someone got to show a screen share.
Screen share. I wanted to see.
I can't do a screen share.
It's on another computer for me. Like,
actually, I could do a screen share. It's just gonna be a little messy.
Dude, one of them has like a Barbasol like box. Some of the boxes are cool. I would just get
the Barbasol box. I like that touch.
Don't fall for the marketing. The marketing's a scam.
All right, let me show.
All right, yeah. We gotta get out of this because this is not. Yeah. Now it's tipping into territory I might be like somewhat interested in, and it's usually like I said.
We're gonna start your shoe collection. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like you behind the Wendy's trying to scare up money for crappy shoes.
You have any of you? If I ever start a shoe collection, you have. You are authorized to do what you need to do.
Wait, by whatever these Reeboks with the.
Hold on, real quick.
On the screen.
Yeah, can you guys see?
I can see it.
You can see it. Okay, it's like I think it's like might be an inception going on right now with the podcast. So probably not the best thing because we're doing this live, babe. We're doing this live.
Oh, Dark Side. I'm disappointed. Those are the ones you like?
Yeah, these right here.
I like the little. Well, go to the picture at the bottom there with the overhead picture. Next, that one. I just like the caution and the black on like the logo on the black. I thought that looked cool.
I mean, it's cool, but I don't know. It's Jurassic Park. I always want like the most goofiest thing.
Yeah, I saw the one. Look up Cribcast. Look up the green ones. He was with the Barbasol. That I mean, if you keep scrolling, you'll probably see it somewhere.
All right,
but they go back.
I guess the
screen's gonna just keep getting smaller. It's gonna keep smaller and smaller.
You can focus that screen.
I can. But the thing, I'm pressured. A lot of pressure right now because I got things I can't show on the screen.
I know. I was gonna do it, but I can't do it on mine either.
All right.
Yeah.
How much porn do you guys have up?
You said what?
How much porn do y'all have up?
I have copious amounts of porn. Lots of gay porn too. I mean, hey, if you're going, it's 2024, baby. You
porn. I mean, not safe for work's not safe for work. Why we gotta be weird about it?
It's only you would make it weird.
Hey,
I'm fine with that. It's natural.
You're the one who had to differentiate between what holds what.
Because I'm trying to be specific for our viewers.
Show me your gay porn.
Oh, you want to see it? Fine, you'll see it. All right, let me see. Jurassic Park. Well, you said green sneakers. What was it? Green.
Yeah, green.
Barbasol.
Barbasol
to that extent.
Okay, here's like the dynamic.
Those are wild. I wasn't thinking of those. Dang.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think these are the ones I was looking at, but
what's it called? You said Barbasol?
The package, yeah. I think it was like a Barbasol
packaging is what he was saying.
Yeah, like the Barbasol container.
Oh, these
that's actual Barbasol.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is
good.
No, this is I think this is actual. Yeah, this is the collector's can. That's kind of cool. But you said there were sneakers that are Barbasol cans.
No, the box for the sneakers I was looking at was a big.
Oh,
Barbasol.
I found it.
Oh, like this, oh no, that's a can. You found it?
That's right.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
All right, let me see. All right.
Anyone that's listening, welcome to
I think this is it.
No, that's mine. Where'd you put it?
This is security.
In the chat. Under general, you open the chat.
Oh, you're putting it in general chat. Why would you just put it in the text channel? Text channel.
How do you not know how Discord works?
Because
you run a freaking podcast on it.
Yes, because I'm trying to run a podcast and the screen and the OBS and everything. Shut the fuck up and put it in the damn general chat.
Learn your tools.
I got a tool that you can learn.
See behind the Wendy's.
Okay, here.
I'll see you in the Wendy's.
Creamcast. All right, I just type in Jurassic Park Pump Omni Zone 2.
All right, Jurassic Park
Pump Omni Zone 2.
Pump.
What did we devolve into?
I know,
I put it in the general chat.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go. There's
Oh, these are actually kind of fire.
Okay, I like those. Yeah.
And, that box is nice.
Where they were like funkier looking though. That one's cool, but there was another one was also pumps, but it was like funkier looking. I don't know who made them.
I know Adidas made some back in like a couple of years ago for one of the Jurassic Park movies that came out, and it was pretty ugly looking. But I mean, it didn't sell out or anything. But yeah, these are fire. I actually kind of like these. Where are the actual side of this shit?
This is a terrible segment for an audio podcast, though.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
if you're listening to it, that's on you.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. But at least we're saying the names of them. We're saying the names of them so they can watch, look at them while we are fawning over them. All right,
look them up on your own time.
Yeah. Like, we're not doing the work for you. Like, calm down. All right, here we go. Now we're back to normal podcast.
All right.
Now talking about Marvel. So shrink the podcast screen. Yeah, small as hell. Yeah, my bad. Pink Destroyer. I could have did better. I was on the spot. I was sweating. And it was a horrible time.
We weren't ready.
We weren't ready. Yeah. But yes, I love Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals I have been playing pretty exclusively on my stream. I stream almost every day at twitch.tv/IamCreamcast. So I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals recently. I'm like level 22 now in the game, which that's a lot of games, and we'll be starting ranked pretty soon. But no, I love it. It's Overwatch 2, but much better, much faster pace. It definitely helps out that Marvel is obviously a brand and it has recognition amongst its fans. So yeah, of course, like people are going to be drawn to games that have Captain America and everything else in it. So but yeah,
for the record, that didn't help their last 3 games.
True. To be fair, yes, that's very true. The one thing that I would say that really helped them overall was the fact that this is just a well-balanced hero shooter, right?
Yeah, well-polished.
Very well-polished. Like outside of, there are some gameplay mechanics that I would probably change just a little bit, but overall, like this is a game that if it was, I wouldn't say it's a complete game, right? I would expect more out of it, more levels, more characters, and so forth, just due to the length of time Marvel has been out. But it's
still a solid package, right? Like overall, like came out with a lot of characters. It could have been like just like Jake or like Snake was saying, it could have been like a phone-in, just basic hero shooter. But I feel like you can tell they took a lot of time with the characters. And in that, I think that the abilities that they give the characters speak well to the characters' history or like what I'm trying to say. The gameplay matches the characters, right? And I think that the art style is super good. The maps that they have are pretty decent. Like there are still some balancing issues you could probably complain about, but overall, I think the package is just super solid, man. And it's definitely grabbed a ton of people, right? It helps being free, but still. Like if it was terrible, it wouldn't have popped the way it did.
Yeah. But does it have Deathstroke? It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Where's Batman?
Yeah.
Deathstroke. I would just want to point out season 4 of Suicide Squad just added Deathstroke. The wins keep on winning. I mean, like it's just like they're on fire. Final. I mean, it's just beginning, baby. But yeah,
they stated.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't go for a gender bent Deathstroke. Like, for some reason they decided not to do that.
if you're gonna go in, if you're gonna go in, you might as well go in all the way. Like, hey, this is our final season. Let's just piss everybody off at this point.
Even though that character exists, like Deathstroke has a daughter who's basically the female Deathstroke.
Yes,
I'm
Lady Deathstroke.
Shocked they decided to not go down that path. But anyways, Rocksteady knows what they're doing. But yeah, I think the major news of the day is good for Marvel Rivals. But Deathstroke has arrived on season 4.
Yes, we are all very excited about that.
All 20 people playing Suicide Squad are super hyped.
Hey, there's 20 enthusiastic full season pass holders right now. God bless them. God bless them.
Yeah, it is amazing. But yeah, I was obviously say everything that Bandito said. But I really harp on the fact that it is free. So the fact that it is free is following the Overwatch model, of course, as a hero shooter. Obviously, it will trump things like Concord, which was you had to pay to play
$40.
Yeah, $40, and it flopped. And I've been watching a lot of the internet on Marvel Rivals and just the reception they got, and a lot of people are comparing it to Concord. That Concord wasn't a bad game in of itself, it just didn't have anything to offer. And that's from people who play Concord and so forth. Comparatively to Marvel, is that Marvel it just introduces a lot of cool mechanics in there, even though the mechanics do mirror a lot of things in Overwatch. That's for sure. It's still cool. It's still cool to be able to see the characters. That's the one thing that Concord didn't have. It didn't have really interesting characters. And Marvel has the benefit of having this rich lore of people there. So it's kind of cool that they were able to do all that and do it in a way that's balanced. The gameplay is exciting, it's fast, and is really good. And that's one other thing that Concord was missing. Concord kind of followed Overwatch in the type of pacing it had for the gameplay, which wasn't a fast-paced game. I feel like
it was slow.
Yeah, it was slow.
And it had a couple mechanics that were just not good, like the ones where if you died, you would get a buff. So it would sort of force you to, if you wanted to get your character as strong as possible, you were encouraged to die first. Like you were encouraged to go out there and get killed, and then so you can get a buff, and then get killed again so you can get another buff. And it was just super confusing the way that they handled like the loadouts and the way you handled your powers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. I need to clarify something with the two of you here.
Sure.
You two played Concord?
Yeah, they had a free beta.
You really played Concord?
They had beta, but yeah, I didn't buy it though.
So you played Concord?
Yeah.
Yes.
I downloaded and played Concord until they canceled it.
Well, so I only
Hold on, but you guys really played Concord?
Did we really play it? Did you actually really? Yeah. Like Concord, Concord is just it wasn't fun. It was.
I mean,
it was,
Marvel
Rival.
Yeah, it has the benefit of they have the pre-built benefit of having like established characters. Yeah, like
movesets.
I mean, it has a lot of them. Like, I mean, I was very impressed with the number of
about 30
Marvel. Yeah, it's a ton of characters, and there's like crazy ass deep cuts in there that I'm like, fucking.
I haven't played it
Darkseid.
or seen it, but what are some of the deep cuts?
You played Rivals?
No, but I'm watching Creamcast play it on twitch.tv/Creamcast.
I am Creamcast.
I am.
That is a solid stream to watch.
Yeah, that is a great stream to watch.
Yeah, a solid piece of.
No, but what are the deep cut characters? Because I haven't really.
Well, Luna Snow.
Looking at the roster, I actually don't know a bunch of these people.
Yeah, Luna Snow. That's a deep cut.
Luna Snow's the one I don't know.
We know our non-blonde hair boy.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Like woke interpretation of Iron Fist. He's not a white, blonde, blue-eyed.
It is the Lin Lei version of Iron Fist.
Well, so you can actually buy costumes that from the movies. Like there's a Deadpool Wolverine costume.
It's a free-to-play game. We know there's microtransactions. Tell me about the mechanics.
So everything is free. Really,
not you.
He said, "Tell me about mechanics."
Unlike you, Jake, I actually played the game. So
I mean, mechanically, it is very much. It's very much like.
Wait,
Overwatch.
I don't think that's the reason why he wanted to not hear from you, though.
I know, I'm just playing around. I love you,
So
Jay.
like you have your heroes will have their like four or five abilities, 3 to 4 to 5 or 3 to 5 abilities.
Yeah.
You have your ultimate that you're building up. But you can also certain characters can team up with different ones depending on who they are. So like
and they get bonuses. I'm assuming depending on
bonuses. Yeah. So like if you're Rocket Raccoon
cool.
and you have a Groot on your team, you could just hang out on Groot's shoulder and fucking be a menace for a little while.
Or be an easy snipe.
Easy snipe, yeah.
I mean, I've been on Groot's shoulder so many times, and boom,
Yeah.
I'm like, why the hell's Groot not getting shot? I'm like, you have this big ass tree, and you have this little ass raccoon, but somehow they just pinpoint right in between my eyes every single time.
Pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but he can do stuff like he can also group up with he has abilities with like the Punisher and Winter Soldier that Rocket Raccoon can like put down an item only when they're on the team that can give them infinite ammo. And then like the Hulk can carry Wolverine and launch him in the air.
Oh, I seen somebody troll somebody.
Now this is interesting.
When Hulk was carrying Wolverine.
You didn't get that stuff with any of these other hero shooters. You didn't get team synergy. You didn't get duo abilities. That's cool.
Well, Pink Detroit. Well, Pink Detroit says the teams are seasonal. Some of the teams are seasonal. There are core team ups. So like Hulk and Wolverine, that's a core team up. But then like with Rocket Raccoon with Winter Soldier, that is a conditional seasonal one where he can give them unlimited ammo and so forth. Where that could change. Where like Rocket Raccoon will get a 15% buff on and so forth. But I mean, Pink Detroit, you're not wrong. I'm just giving more context to it.
There's other ones too, like Black Widow and Hawkeye. That's seasonal. There's also, I forgot there's another one too.
Okay. I don't like the idea of them removing content. I played enough Destiny to just not get on top with that. That's.
How can they gonna remove?
It's not really removing content.
They're not
keeping it
removing
fresh.
It is weird though, where like certain characters, like Venom this season, he has like a health buff. I'm not sure why that is.
What do you mean then by it's seasonal?
So like next season, that buff will probably go away. Right?
Yeah. So
he won't have the extra 150 health.
Yeah. So
it keeps it fresh. The synergies.
Right. So there'll be like 3 people in the there'll be 3 people in the team up where like there'll be Thor, Loki, and Hela. Hela, she'll be the seasonal buff where she'll get an additional 10% buff to Thor or Loki join her team. Now, if Loki and Thor are together, then they can have their own special little team up. But if Hela's included, she could be a special team up where she gets an extra bonus on top of that, plus a 15.
So it's not removing content. It's just going to be entirely unbalanced each season.
They're going to balance it in a different way. So like one person might get buffed, the other person might get nerfed. I mean, it's working though.
But
this so far.
Yeah,
this is really
I've
good.
Heard that before. It's people are gonna metagame the shit out of that. It's gonna take a week and a half to nerf whatever's going on. Then they're gonna break whatever. I've seen this a million times.
I would say to give it credit, Marvel Rivals has had a really good launch for console.
Who developed this thing?
You know what I forgot? But compared to
okay.
Compared to Overwatch, this is a lot better.
Nope. Not interested. I'm out.
What?
Never gonna fucking touch it.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you like it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a really good launch, though.
Don't give a fuck.
I have had zero problems with it.
Fuck netties.
Why?
Hard stuff.
Why? Yeah, exactly. I'm out of the loop.
Nope.
You don't like
really? Wait, so you're going to say live on the internet where it was not going to go away that you hate netty or whatever.
NetEase.
And not say why. NetEase. NetEase, Betty's, tomato, but not say why.
It's not tomato.
I mean, I'm just playing around. Do I have to tell? Do I have to explain this to everybody in here?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, why are you saying?
I don't know what it is.
Why are you saying F them?
Yeah, I just want to know because I care.
I'm assuming they've had games in the
because
past
it's a Chinese conglomerate that eats up game companies and creates mass free-to-play microtransaction-based games to suck money out of fucking everybody. It is a scam.
It's a good game, though.
Here we are.
Yeah, monetization so far doesn't seem super.
Yeah, are you still playing the Rocket Blade Point, Ed?
He played it.
Blade Point? Yeah, I played it. I liked it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, are you still playing it?
I am not. No.
Why
it was
not?
good first time. I said on stream, it's a good game, but I can't see myself playing long term.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in it.
Yeah,
like,
it's nice, but it's not like.
Well, but to be fair, Marvel Games is overseeing this, so it's not like it's just NetEase by themselves.
I don't give a fuck whatever the fuck that means. Marvel Games is overseeing this. Explain to me what that means.
Well, the content is there, the history is there. They actually kept a lot of the core.
Marvel sold out to a game company who's guaranteed to make a game that's going to bring in money, so that they didn't have to. Oh, the lore. Yeah. Oh, it's the Marvel lore. Holy shit! Sorry, I'll back it up. It's the lore.
But the thing is,
it's the Marvel lore that's going to sell the.
But the thing is,
think about it. You got Spider-Man and Venom. You can have them on the same team and do.
Creamcast, what were you saying?
Okay, so what I was
saying facts. That's all.
I think why I disagree with you, Snake, on this is because, I mean, this is no different than Blizzard, right? Doing a hero shooter. So at the end of the day, like a hero shooter is a free to play game, so they have to monetize it some way. Now, does it? Yeah. Can you argue that?
But you're a corporate apologist for this shit. I forgot about that. Yeah, NetEase has a long reputation of being hated by fucking everybody on the internet for the shit that they pull. Fuck that shit.
But
I've heard that.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard this. I've heard something similar. But the thing is, at the end of the day,
so why do you not know what it means? You've heard that, but you didn't go look into it. And you want to ask me? I'm fucking drunk.
Yeah, we can play the game. We're playing the game, and I can tell you, like, this the monetization isn't
optional.
Predatory. Yeah,
this is not. It's not predatory.
You can play the game without doing any real money currency.
Bunch of rival nut huggers in here.
It's a good game.
Yep.
If it was a bad game, I'll be the first person to say this game sucks. It's a good game.
Oh no, you're not. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
Because you still play KI, so that it makes it a moot point.
Because you lost 30 plus.
That's a moot point. But anyway,
hold on. I stopped playing Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat. It ain't working.
What would happen if you found out that Sweet Baby was behind Marvel Rivals? Would you still play it?
If it's a good game, yes.
It was.
Like I said many times, if it's a good game, I'll play it. Give me good content. Give me good content. I said it already.
He's a Sweet Baby fan.
No.
You heard it here.
Nope. We heard it here first.
Baby.
That's what you said.
But no, okay. So really quick, we have Pink Destroyer. He has some comments. He said Winter Soldier. He said Winter Soldier and Captain America aren't a core team, which is kind of weird. You would think that they would be a core team, but in future seasons it could probably be.
So they're not because Winter Soldier.
Hold on a second.
Please.
Hold on.
Okay.
Calm down.
The grown-ups are talking.
Yeah, it says monetization is no biggie. So so far it's akin to League. We're talking about League of Legends, which I agree. And then he's like, oh shit, oh damn. Okay, go. What were you saying?
So in this game, Winter Soldier is Cap's enemy in this game. It's not how the movies are, how Winter Soldier becomes
there a fucking plot to this?
I mean, there's a story. There is a story mode. I haven't played the story mode yet, but I know a little bit of the story.
Holy shit. Sorry, they've done better than Overwatch has.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hold on. No.
Don't do that.
No.
You were the one who started comparing it to Blizzard.
No, I was comparing the model, the game model, and the monetization model.
I told you I'm drunk. I'm gonna stand by what I said.
Okay. Yep. Jake is gone. Now the snake is here.
It's just Snake.
It's just Snake. It's just Snake. During Star Wars, we had Jake and Snake. Now it's just Snake. That's all we got. No.
Oh, wait, Snake. Side note. Let me ask you something, Snake. Do you like the most recent 3 Star Wars films?
Well, if you were here earlier during the podcast, you'd know the answer to that question.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I wasn't here early because Daddy was actually working. So,
this is not the review portion. This is the talking about the game portion.
It's just a question. I just wanted to ask. That's all. That's all it is.
Right. You two can watch the podcast VOD and find out at a later date.
Yeah. At twitch.tv/the Blrd podcast, the VOD will be live for 7 days. And then on top of that, you can also watch it at youtube.com/the Blrd podcast. So
Are you playing Marvel Rivals on Xbox?
Yes, I am playing on Xbox. And I mean, I've been eyeing this game ever since it was announced and being played on PC. Like I was waiting for it to come on a console. And when it did, I didn't have any hiccups. I got no drop frames. I got no disconnects. Every round has played very smoothly. I don't quite know who my main character is, but I would say every character feels.
Wait, play what?
No.
What?
You meant you said spoodily.
Smoothly.
That's still not a word.
Smoothly.
Okay, smoothly. You said spoodily. I was like, is he trying to say Spider-Man and smooth at the same time?
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it.
I like the world. Like, wait,
yeah, I was like, what? Did I just hear that? Yeah, I'm like, did I have another stroke? Like, jeez.
It's Siri. It's Siri.
Siri.
Yes, it's Siri.
All right, so you said you had no issues, right, playing it.
I've heard people who on PC have had issues, but me, I've played it for probably, I would say 4 hours entirely. I've had no drop frames, no disconnects.
Yeah. I like the performance on PC as
well, to be fair, I've played it for 4 hours and not have any issues. But I played it for maybe 40 hours and I've had issues. But they're
4 hours.
Low balling.
Yeah, kind of low balling.
Yeah, a little bit.
But to be fair, with Ed's point is that there is an issue right now with Intel unlocked graphics cards. Right. So the 13 series and the 14 series, which have been in the news for being unstable. Of course, I didn't find that out until after I had bought one and installed one. I have a 14700K, and I did run into issues loading up the game at first, and now the game runs relatively smoothly. I'll say maybe every 6 hours or so. I mean, I'm not saying I play straight 6 hours. I'm on title screen for like 5 of those, but yeah, every once in a while it will mess up. Yeah, you know what, Bandita, you can look at me all you want, man. I said what I said. Okay. But no, there's issues. So I'm glad that console players are not having any issues, because PC, we always know there's going to be some type of issue just because of the nature of the PC. There's thousands of different ways you can build a PC, and then human error on top of that as compared to console. So I'm glad that at least the console portion is smooth. Yeah, and it's honestly like the gameplay, like it's so quick to get matches. It's absolutely disgusting.
Lightning fast. Yeah,
like literally
less than a second.
Less than a second sometimes. Even I've played sometimes at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would get instant queues. Instant queues. And it's absolutely disgusting. Right now, quick play is where to play. The worst, from what I'm hearing, the worst play to play, it's not worse, it's a little bit slower in the queue, is ranked play. So ranked play is a little longer because a lot of the players are still just staying in quick play, getting these fast queues and just having fun with the game. So I
can kind of see why, because you do actually have to level up to actually go into ranked. Right now I'm at a level 8. You have to be at a level 10 to get into rank. Yeah. So everybody and their mom is right now playing quick match.
Yeah.
And you have to level up before you can go into rank. So let's say there's 20 people playing in quick match. 2 of them are at level 10. It can go into rank. Those 2 are going to be at rank. And it may be slower for them because not everyone else has had the opportunity to level up in quick match yet. So
yeah. No, I agree. And that's kind of a cool thing to do. And leveling is not necessarily the fastest thing. In Marvel, you do have to play quite a few matches, which I think is smart, because these characters are not just, it's not just a typical, I'll say typical. I mean, it's not just a Call of Duty. It's not like you just point and click and you just shoot bullets. I mean, you have people, we got Spider-Man literally web swinging around. You got Rocket Raccoon zipping around. You got Iron Fist literally, kicking his way throughout the entire stage in the air, nonstop.
Invading people's back line.
Yeah, like that, man. There's so many memes out there for that.
So can you talk about, so I'm looking at the cast and it's like a pretty, like we said, it's a pretty big cast of
33 characters, I think.
Right. And like how, like I watched you play some of the characters. How many characters have you tried, and like how like diverse? Like I'm like some of these don't, in my mind, like I'm looking at some of these names and they like, how does like fucking there's like Jeff the land shark scale with fucking the Hulk. You know, some of these things don't make sense to me.
Jeff is a menace.
Jeff is absolutely a menace.
I think it's wild that Jeff has now become a mainstream type of like a joke character that is now like I've seen more Jeff references in the last.
Yeah, he has a very memeable ability to capture characters and throw them off of the map. And people use this pretty liberally, and it's a pain in the ass every time it happens to you. But it's great when you can do it to other people.
Yeah, you can kind of do that with Wolverine too, but.
Yeah, you can with Wolverine, but I mean, Jeff, it can affect literally the whole team, and your team as well. If you don't spit your teammates out, I have had teammates where Jeff has swallowed the entire enemy team, half of our team, and killed everybody. And then you'll literally, people usually don't type in chat in this type of game, but you'll see a flurry of messages that are all bleeped out. Like, Jeff, what the fuck, Jeff? Like, Jeff, your mom's a bitch. And like, the people would get real mad when Jeff team kills his own people. But it's very memeable. Yeah, like Bandio said, it's a huge meme right now, and I kind of hope they nerf it just a little bit. But literally, the devs built Jeff to do this. Like in the tutorial, when they showcase his move, they show him jumping off and throwing people and killing people with this thing, and sometimes killing. And then the whole point is if he kills himself while he has you swallowed, you're 100% dead. If he just throws you off, certain people. Like I don't know about the Hulk, but like Iron Man, he can fly, so he can just fly up, no problem. Storm can fly. And there's other characters that can do triple jumps and so forth, so he can't kill them. But if Jeff takes you with him and he dies while carrying you in him, you're dead too. So that's Jeff will kamikaze himself just to. And as soon as and the thing is, the reaction time for Jeff to get you is so fast. Like you'll hear the chomping. He'll make the noise like nom 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 nom. And then you'll see him do the graphic of it, and then next thing you're gone, and then next thing you're off the edge and you just died. Now you gotta wait 10 seconds to come back. He's a menace.
Interesting.
So like it's a hero shooter. So like a lot of the characters they're split up into separate roles. So like you'll have a tank role, they call it Vanguard, and then DPS, which is your duelist, and then your strategist, which are essentially like support healer type characters. So they kind of break them up in that way. So like Jeff is going to he's like primarily a healer on the team, but he has that ability, right, to go out and grab everybody. So like you have like Cloak and Dagger, which is also another healing team, and they're kind of unique in that Cloak and Dagger is one character. So and you switch between them, kind of like the Sheik and Zelda in Super Smash Brothers. So you can swap between one doing healing and one doing damage, and then like you have Hulk, who's going to be like your tank, as along with like Captain America. So each they split them up pretty well and give them, well, not pretty well. I think there was way more duelists than there are
way more duelists
and strategists.
Good for I guess good for them, because like last time I fucking saw Cloak and Dagger in a video game was fucking Maximum Carnage on the SNES. So
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Is it's good to see some of these like named guys. I never thought they'd make it into like I said, I love Iron Fist. Is he a video game tier character? I didn't think so, but I'm glad that he's in it. Like,
he's another menace in this game.
He's pretty good.
He can whoop his ass very fast.
Yeah, if he gets to your backline, like there's if you go on Instagram there and TikTok, there are memes that are 100% accurate. Whereas like the tanks are like, I need heals, and then there's a video of like the superimposed with like this like black guy doing kung fu, like it's like this homeless like black guy doing kung fu and like literally like whooping your ass, and the tanks are like, why the fuck you're not healing me? Like the heals suck. I'm like, dude, I'm getting 10-piece comboed with the biscuit and the drink by this Iron Fist, and then of course you could ping them. You could ping the person, but then the Iron Fist will just fly somewhere else, and then as soon as you spawn back, he'll just be waiting there, just waiting to beat your ass. Like he is he's one of him and Jeff are probably the two biggest menaces in this game by far, especially for backlines.
Swamp Thing on this.
Swamp Thing season 5 of
not yet.
Squad.
Yes, not yet.
It's coming. No, they can't. I mean, they could have thing, which I assume they'll probably get Man Thing.
Or sorry, Man Thing, not something. Yeah,
yeah. Like, what are you talking?
Wrong comic book company.
Okay, let me ask you a question here. I see Moon Knight is on here now, and I see also underneath it says Mr. Knight. Now, is Mr. Knight a skin for Moon Knight, or does he have his own skill set?
It's a skin.
Ah, okay. All right.
It's funny. Moon Knight actually references. So another thing that they did, right, very much like Overwatch, is that the characters will have conversations before the match starts, and like he points out to Iron Fist, he's like, "You're not Iron Fist. Like you're not the one that I know." So I thought that was like really funny.
Yeah, he'll do that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they do have a lot of those conversations, like even like with Banner and it will happen randomly between different characters. So like Luna Snow will talk to Iron Fist. You're like, oh, remember when we used to do our team up back in the day and stuff like that. And like Mantis will talk to Star-Lord and Groot and everything else. And yeah, they'll have conversations throughout the match, or no, at the beginning of the match and so forth.
The history is there, Snake. It's not just they dumped Marvel characters.
China money grub game bad.
He's barely here right now. So you're getting Snake.
We didn't have games as a service.
Yeah, Chinese money bad. Tariffs on the tariffs on the games.
Be real fucking careful about that becoming a reality.
Yeah, no bullshit. But yeah, so Pink Destroyer is saying Spider-Man players are literally on crack. Yeah, Spider-Man is a combo heavy character, and he will web you, knock you up in the air, combo you, swing around, come stomp you, and then be gone like poof, like a puff of smoke. So he is definitely a hard character to play. But yeah, there's everything for everybody. This is why I think this is better than Overwatch. Overwatch, this Marvel Rivals gets a lot of it has a lot of similarities with the characters in Overwatch and somehow their mechanics work. Like we have Squirrel Girl, which is another obscure Marvel character who will do the same thing as Junkrat and Overwatch, where she's just shooting pretty much projectiles and bombs at a distance and so forth. Then we have characters like Psylocke, who is somewhat like Genji from Overwatch. So there's a lot of overlap in between the two. And it was crazy because, the Overwatch director recently came out and was talking shit about
I heard that.
Oh, ex-director.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was talking shit about Overwatch and pretty much was like, Overwatch stole from us and blah, 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 or Marvel stole from us. And everybody had to point out, like, Marvel's been around since the early 1900s. So there's just like...
didn't they accuse...
Widowmaker.
They said that Widowmaker,
Black Widow. And somebody was like...
hilarious.
Yeah, somebody was like, Black Widow's been around since like the... like late 80s,
60s.
early or maybe 60s, something like that.
60s.
And they're like, so the fact that you think that Widowmaker, and I get what he's saying. To be, he does have a solid point.
The character is like the animation. I watched the animation. That's Widowmaker. Like that's the way.
But the thing,
like, it looks the same.
But the difference is, it's like the chicken or the egg, right? Widowmaker, it mimics Black Widow. So it's just like which really came first. I get what he's saying about the gameplay mechanics of her being a sniper, and they have similar kits to an extent, but I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like that's do you really want to die on this hill? Like, I'd rather just shut the hell up and just be like,
he's mad because there's 10 times the amount of players playing Marvel Rivals right now than there are in Overwatch 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Overwatch got a lot of slack for the Overwatch 2 is basically just Overwatch 1.0 or with
1.5.
No,
1.5. Yeah.
That does not even come close to explaining the tragedy that whatever the fuck that development was.
Yeah.
Well, it was definitely a tragedy, but I mean, I kind of look at this as in Rivals is doing it better. That's all. It's kind of like how Marvel versus Capcom. The most recent one that came out, and then Dragon Ball FighterZ came out of nowhere and just killed it. They're just basically doing it better.
Well, the two things I think helped out, and this is kind of anti-Sweet Baby Inc., but there are people who are applauding it. They were pretty happy that Marvel, this game, did not take a stance of uglifying the characters.
All the girls got cake.
Yeah, all the girls. hey, not the girls.
I'm just waiting for that day to roll comes out.
Captain America, he got some cake too. Like that man, he but like the punch. But the thing is
America's ass.
Yeah, that's America's ass. But the thing is, like, why I always hate about that
beautiful ass.
Yeah, what it is is a nice ass. But the one thing I always hate about this argument is because they always talk about the women's side. They don't talk about the men's side, right? They don't ever talk about how, like the men are always made to look.
You're not a Metal Gear fan.
Well, I know I've heard of it.
Well, I mean, but I'm saying it's not now, not back then.
I mean, yeah, I'm talking about.
No, not even now. Back when Smash Brothers came out, the latest Smash Brothers came out, they nerfed Solid Snake's ass. This is a thing that happened, and everybody got mad about it. This is the first time we've heard.
But I'm saying it doesn't get the level of attention. Like the male characters, them being extra buff and being like extra.
All I'm saying is you're just not looking in the right places, baby.
Yeah, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not.
I'll show you what the cake is.
Yeah, I mean, I said, I pointed out Captain America got some cake, and everybody's talking about Black Widow and Psylocke. I'm like, yo, don't let my boy.
Venom.
Venom comes out.
Venom is mega caked.
Yo, he double caked up on a Thursday afternoon. Like that man got some. He got some cheeks on him.
Double cake on a Thursday.
Symbiote.
Yeah, I'll be like, man. Like, somebody be like, why you got a whole bunch of symbiote juice on your face? Like what? I had to get that cake. But no, like, but the one thing I really enjoy about this game is that these characters are comic book. To an extent, comic book accurate. Like the Punisher's ultra huge outside of like, usually he's more slimmer, but these characters are accurate to how they're usually portrayed in the comic books. So a lot of people do like that.
You said that about Wolverine though?
He's short. He's short in the game.
He's
not short as he probably.
Odd though?
But he's bulky though. He's wide and bulky. So most Wolverine that you see is not as big. That's why I say the male characters are jacked. Like they're comically jacked as opposed to just being like muscular like we see in more modern comics. So the thing is like that's what a lot of people are liking it. It's comic book accurate. And then two, the things that people really like about this game is the fact that it's a modernized Overwatch. And Snake hit it right on the head. He alluded to it. A lot of people were upset that we went from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2, which really was practically the same game to a lot of people.
Downgrade in many respects.
It was downgraded in many respects, absolutely. And then we were promised like a PvE mode that never happened. And people were really interested as Overwatch has grown. The lore has gotten really good. And people kind of got upset, like, hey, you're promising these upgrades, these changes, and it didn't happen. And I feel like as far as the pace, and I complained about this with Overwatch in the past too, Overwatch is slow. It's a very slow pace kind of hero shooter, especially when you have standstills. And Marvel Rivals, I think maybe because the game is new, but I think also it's just the nature of the characters. You're going in. Like there's not a lot of downtime to like. You can strategize, of course, but it's more like group up and let's go fuck some things up. And that's really like the pace is fast. It feels like the matches, they're just nonstop action, which is like I said, is missing from what Overwatch is. And Overwatch hasn't really progressed over time. They added more characters, but they're not really progressing like the action in the game. And that's fine. Like the game is what it is. But it's when you have most players now who have shorter attention spans, they want to have the action all the time. And you have a game that's very action centric. Marvel Rivals is just going to win at
least for now. Like we still gotta give them time to like. I'm sure the meta will develop at some point. Yeah. And we'll kind of see like how that takes shape. But right now, it's super quick. Very action heavy. Like you feel like you're always, well, most of the time. I feel like the walk back is always slow sometimes, but no, it's.
Do you think? Go on.
I was gonna say like it's still pretty action heavy.
Do you all think that Overwatch is in trouble?
Overwatch has been in trouble. It's been in trouble
for years.
Well, it's been in trouble, but now that there's actually an actual competitor out there, like basically
I don't think so.
I don't do games.
Yeah, I'm sure there's room for both of them. I'm sure like a lot of people who are super like if you're like in Overwatch, especially right now, like you've so much invested into it, it would be hard to leave. So like I don't know if people are gonna just like completely stop playing. But I mean it's definitely taking some of its cake, right? It's definitely getting some of that pie. So
yeah.
And I was gonna say because it's free, but actually Overwatch Overwatch is free as well, right? Like,
yeah, Overwatch is free.
Overwatch has survived up to this point because there hasn't been anything to really compete with it that was super available to everybody.
That's what
they
I'm going
dropped
at.
a free-to-play game that's apparently working on a mechanical level with the Marvel IP behind it. I'm looking at just the Steam numbers right now. We're looking at like 400,000 people on a day.
Almost 500,000. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it hasn't
slowed. Is Overwatch in trouble? I don't know who's Overwatch. Where's Overwatch
Blizzard.
on the map?
I mean, Overwatch still has
who the fuck's Overwatch?
Well, well, the thing is like they still have the competitive scene, right? So they still that's the only thing. That's the only thing they have really outside of the gameplay.
Does anybody remember Overwatch League?
Didn't that die?
I mean, I did.
Yes, it died.
Terrible. I thought it was still going on.
No, I died.
No.
When did it die?
3 years ago?
Dead and buried years ago.
Oh, I thought it was still going on.
No, it's not. It's not.
No.
I love that the
it ceased this year. You guys are acting like it did years ago. It stopped this year.
Oh, I thought it was like 3 years ago.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I'm pretty sure. I was like, I have watched Overwatch League in the past year or so. Yeah, it died this year.
Why?
But still,
we gotta get you a fucking hobby.
Right?
My hobby is twitch.tv/IamCreamcast. You can catch me there.
And also the Ed Underground. And that's his hobby.
All right.
I mean,
I'm going to bed. Fuck these guys.
Yeah. All right, man. You out, Snake?
All right.
Snake.
Yeah, he's out. Okay. Snake. So yeah, no, Rivals is good. I honestly say people should definitely check it out. Pink Destroyer is coming out with some fire. He's like, I'll say this, no one likes ugly girls, not even themselves. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, that is a take. Absolutely.
Okay.
And then he's
real quick. You can catch Ed Underground on his alternate Twitch. It's Wendy's on your knees .twitch TV. Yeah, he'll be there making those passionate
Wait, did you kick him or disconnect?
I think he disconnected.
He's that drunk that he disconnected himself twice.
Yeah. Ed, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Wendy's on her knees. I mean, cool. I don't know what to say about that. All right.
Okay. Hey, you guys want to watch Ed Underground on Wendy's on his knees? You can see
Wendy's as in the Wendy's, the restaurant person.
Yeah, on your knees. You're on your knees at Wendy's.
No, her.
No,
you.
Ed missed a major portion of that. Ed, watch the VOD. You'll understand the story. Pink Destroyer says the internet's going to go crazy with the Marvel Rivals porn. Absolutely. It
already has.
Oh, it's already in development.
It's already been existing.
All this stuff is these characters have always
but this is gonna have its own like twist to it, I'm sure. They're gonna export
whatever
they do to it.
Yeah, export them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
it's already happening.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Very cool. I would say the character designs are very cool. I like how they've managed to, because I was looking at some of them and I'm like, I don't like the way this character looks. It's a little too anime-ish. Like, but then they always have the throwback costume for some of these characters. Like Psylocke, like was one, and I was like, I don't like the way she looks here. Like her core costume is so perfect. Like, why would you? But then there's so much variety.
You see the throwback, you're like, oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good, and there's so much variety, and that's the one thing I like about that's what I liked about Overwatch. Like, I mean, I love the art design of Overwatch. You know what I mean? So like, the variety that they had in Overwatch, that I like that they have. That's one of the things that they use, quote unquote, inspired from, I guess, from Overwatch, is the variety of and the wealth of comic background that you can pull from. Now the question is going to be, in February will we see like a Red Hulk skin or a is Sam Wilson in this game?
No,
not yet.
I have a feeling Sam Wilson will be in the game come
it's very February.
Around February.
Wolverine's Deadpool, the Wolverine Deadpool movie. The Wolverine skin is in there, and the animation of when Wolverine from the movie jumped out of the bus and did the slash. That's in the game, so it's very possible you'll see
all of the MCU costumes. Their animations for that are from like they're pulled straight from the films and
it's
TV
freaking
shows.
awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so and they've already said some of the DLC characters that are coming in the next few months. So like Cyclops is coming, Age of Ultron is coming. I think
is Sentinel coming?
No,
I think Sentinel.
Who? Oh.
I don't know how they'll do. They will have to somehow have Sentinel or crap. What's his name from X-Men '97? Nimrod Bastion. He could possibly be in this game.
Well, I mean, the thing is like, I mean, at this point, we could say every Marvel character, every Marvel villain has a potential to be in this game. So, that's a pretty huge roster. So, there's infinite, well, not infinite, but there is a very large roster.
Let's not talk about that game.
So, a wealth of characters.
Yeah, a huge wealth of characters. So, I mean, there's a lot of hype behind it. So, and hey, you never know in the future. If this does very well, you might get Marvel Capcom rivals in the future. I doubt it, but I mean, you never know. You can honestly see.
Collaboration?
Add Spider characters? Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, cross collabs.
Fucking
they're already teaming up with Fortnite. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
If you look in the menu on the top left, there's a bar where you can like scroll through some things, and there is a Marvel Rivals X collaboration with Fortnite. If you play the game, you get something for Fortnite. So, I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. So, all right. So we talked a lot about Marvel Rivals. Let's get to our other stories that we have.
I'm going to go though.
Yeah, and Underground. I was gonna say, man, you've been here enough. I mean, like, thank you. I mean, we'll see you next year, maybe. If you have
maybe this year. I'm like Goku.
Okay,
I'm like Goku, and you guys are the Z fighters. You know, when Goku has to go into the hyper.
So, anyways,
thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That was great. That was great. That was such a great time. Hey, Underground.
I will not be silenced.
He's back again.
Yeah. I will not be silenced.
And Underground, you were getting out of here.
What were we saying?
Yeah, I'm about to go stream on my channel. I was saying you guys are the Z fighters. I'm Goku.
Right. No, cares about that.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead. Before you get out of here, plug your stream so people know where to go.
You can see the best in the.
All right, let's burn through these other stories real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Right.
Baby. Mondays, you know what? I don't know I'm playing Mondays yet because Mortal Kombat sucks now. So, but Wednesdays, Wednesdays, I'm playing Killer Instinct, which is in a few minutes. And awesome. Fridays, I'm looking for Salt with Dracula in Dead by Daylight.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I muted you. Your first like 30 seconds of talking about that, I mute you. I feel bad. Tell them where they can actually meet you. See twitch.tv/.
Are you freaking serious right now?
Yes. Twitch.tv.
What a bunch of haters. Anyways, I was saying you can find the best in the world at twitch.tv/EdUnderground. Baby.
Almost got him.
You had to. Why did you let him finish?
Why did you
needed
to? I missed it.
That was a huge fall drop.
I missed it. No, you said it. I
said it?
Yeah, you said
it. He didn't mute you. I didn't waiting for it. Me and Darkseid were
I don't know what I'm going to be playing on Mondays because Mortal Kombat 1 is dead. Maybe Rivals. We'll see.
Play Rivals. I think that'll be a good look.
Wednesdays, in a few minutes, I'm going to be playing Killer Instinct. And Fridays, we're playing Dead by Daylight looking for Salt with Dracula. So, yeah.
All right.
Keep it looked at the Ed Underground.
When you play Rivals, I might watch you.
I played Monday. Where were you?
Watching
exactly.
Yeah, it's watching me.
He was done. I was doing my stream.
I was watching Creepcast VOD when you were live.
Yeah,
all right.
I do get a lot of hits on my VODs, so I mean that makes sense.
Sorry, Ed.
Anyhow, all right, Ed. Well, let's get to the rest of the stories. But hey, man, appreciate you coming through, man.
Best in the world, baby.
Oh, Pink Destroyer said he'll join us. So if you at Pink Destroyer, and Pink Destroyer, if you go to I Am Creamcast on Twitch, I usually do late nights, like not late, but like 9 o'clock. But yeah, I'm always down to play with people. Me and Bandito, we ran, man, we were running them boys. So
so when is this going to happen? When I'm on?
What? If we wrap up the podcast in the next 10 minutes,
I'm playing
15
tonight.
minutes. Oh, okay, then never mind. Then I was like, I'll play with you tonight.
What time?
Before I go to bed. I go to bed at 1,
okay.
dude. So,
well, hit me up then. We'll see.
Well, not tonight. Then we'll maybe if you do it Friday, I'll run some games.
I said maybe tonight.
No, I'm saying I'm probably gonna go to bed. That's what I'm saying. So, but we'll see. Anyways, let's get to these other stories though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Appreciate you. All right, really quick. So for the news, obviously big news that happened recently was McDonald's is a snitch. They snitched on the United Healthcare assassin, Luigi Maggiano. I think I said that correctly. But Luigi, and there's obviously the internet is on his side as opposed to on the UHC CEO side, which I feel like is very horrible. But the internet is going nuts.
It's a shame.
Yeah. Pink Destroyer said he's been to that restaurant and somehow he made it out without being snitched on. So the crazy thing about this, out of all of this, is that first off, Luigi is
Maggiano's. They got some decent food there.
They do. He's pretty much a well-rounded guy. Nobody would have ever suspected him of being like this. And this man disappeared like a couple months ago from all his friends and family and then ended up doing this. So that's wild. But two, the person that snitched on him is not going to get the money, apparently. Because they called.
I hope they don't get a hot cent.
Because they called 911 instead of the tip line. And because they called 911 and 911 operators led the police to that place, there was 2 people apparently that looked at the guy and said, "Hey, that looks like the guy who shot the CEO." And then the McDonald's employee, she overheard that, called 911 to report it. And because she didn't call the tip line and the tip line didn't lead to the arrest, therefore she is most likely not going to receive that money.
No, that's good.
And I think that the prize money was up to 50,000.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think it went up to 50 or 60,000 or something like that. I know at one point it was only 10,000. I think it got bumped up from there. But yeah, she's not getting any of that money right now. And even if she did, she'll have to split it with the 2 other people who called her attention to it. So, which is wild. So she did all that snitching. And the reason why they said that when people asked her about it, she said the reason why she did it because she needed the money, which makes sense. Of course, that's a lot of money. That's probably her salary for 1 year easily. So I'm like, I get it, but dang, like people are pissed off at her that she.
I'm just saying.
She did it for the love of the game. All right, that's why.
That's what you want to say. Okay.
Yeah,
right. So that McDonald's being review bombed.
Yeah, right? Review bomb. Yeah.
Good.
So
good.
Yeah, she now put a target on her back. She put a target on her back.
The dude made it to what, Georgia? Was it Georgia?
Yeah.
Where they?
Here's the thing, though.
No,
right?
Pennsylvania. He was in Pennsylvania.
They say that they found him with all the evidence. Yeah, that's not suspicious. All the evidence was on him. He had the weapon still. He had the
jacket on.
The jacket on.
Yeah.
And come on now, really?
Yeah, he has fake IDs that apparently he had.
He didn't imply that some stuff was planted.
As we know,
I'm shocked, sir, that you would make such a statement.
Yeah.
Our very trusted police.
Yeah.
Somehow
they finally found the guy.
Yeah. A guy who they're highly motivated to prosecute. All right.
I'm just saying,
it's not adding up.
In the documentary, Madame Web, we've seen that you can flee New York as a fugitive, go to another country, and come back with ease. And the New York City police, airports, nobody will notice. So it's entirely possible for this to happen, as we have seen. So not out of the ordinary, for sure.
Yeah.
But
he carried the gun.
Yeah,
in the crime.
It's like 3D printed, right? The ghost gun or whatever.
No, I don't know if they said it was 3D. It was a 3D printed ghost gun.
They said it was. That's what I kept reading. It was a ghost gun.
Yeah, I thought it was a 3D printed gun.
Now is that accurate?
No, it was. So Bank Destroyer said it was 3D printed as well. If it is, I mean 3D. I mean ghost guns are a problem, and as technology gets better and 3D printing gets better, that is wild. That
no kidding. This guy successfully assassinated a dude.
Yeah, this is that's been the fear. Like a lot of times, like ghost guns in the past have always been talked about that's going to be an issue. Even if you get rid of guns, people can just make 3D printed guns now. And there's always been a what if, right? But now we've seen a prolific person getting killed with one. That is kind of scary. That is scary. And
I mean that's like the founders always intended in the original that ghost guns would, they included that in the Constitution.
They did.
So it's part of our right.
It's in one of the articles, article like
the right to bear ghost guns.
Yeah,
it's in there. All 3D printed guns are in the Constitution. Read it up. All right, so it's in there.
Yeah, right to bear arms, freedom of speech, right in the middle of that. Ghost guns.
Ghost guns, all good.
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Yeah, when you guys say ghost guns, I'm thinking of like spectral guns that show
that's what we're talking about, right? I thought that's what we were talking about, spectral guns. So
sure. Yeah.
Didn't they have those type of guns like in Final Fantasy Spirits Within? They had like ghost guns and shit, and they can fight ghosts.
Everything.
Yeah,
I remember. What had a trigger on it for some reason.
Crib, I'll take your word for it because the plot of that movie made no fucking sense.
It was the weirdest movie.
Wait, which movie?
Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Remember that movie? Like,
that was very straightforward. You guys didn't get it?
Yeah, right. No, he was like, "Well, actually,
I was so lost. I'm like, wait,
no kidding.
Happened?
Everybody who saw Final Fantasy,
Cloud?
Yeah, where's Cloud? Where's a fucking anything?
Yeah,
anything that makes sense. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, where's the materia? Where's the materia?
Where's the fucking wizard? Where's the sword? Where's anything?
Can someone summon something, please?
It's like, is that Ifrit? Is that Ifrit or Ifrit? Like, what's going on? Where is Alexander or some random crap? Yeah.
Honestly, if those were in, it probably wouldn't have bombed as hard as it did.
That's actually fair.
People would have had something to latch onto.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at the time when it came out, it was like breathtaking. You know what I mean? It was cool. The style.
It put a studio out of business. Remember, they made a whole studio just for that movie.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like they clearly made that movie and then we're like, let's just slap Final Fantasy on this.
Yeah.
Capitalize on FF7 or whatever was around at that time. But anyways, that's a crazy non sequitur. But no, our boy here, Luigi. What was his plan? Where was he going? Was he trying to get to Mexico?
I don't
know. That's the thing. It's like I find it hard to believe he pulled this off and then just was a dunce about it afterwards.
Yeah, this dude's a Ivy League educated dude. I don't think he was that dumb to do that. But I mean,
and Matt getting into some deep conspiracy.
I love it.
Yeah. See, are you saying secondary shooter? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying there's?
No, I'm saying. Did they get the real guy? That's all.
Oh shit!
Nice team. The Mr.
we got. Yeah, Mr. They're like, we got him. We got him, guys. Yeah. Of course, we would never not find the dude.
Well, I'm sure.
Come on, it's us.
He had his ID on him. He was holding the ID and the weapon that he used in the jacket. I was like, it was me.
They found TikTok videos on his phone of him committing the crime.
They've solved the case, and we will never talk about it again, and it will never come up again. And
that's what they want to happen.
Case closed. It's case closed.
Yep. Case closed.
Case closed. Got him.
It's okay, CEO. Come on out.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that internet detectives are. Well, I first looked at his picture and compared it to the picture of the suspect. I was like, that was him. I was like, it has to be him.
Yeah.
I'm like, the nose, he has the big end of it in the nose. His eyebrows look like it matched and so forth. But now internet detectives are out here like using digital forensics to measure the eyebrow space that he has, which is very little compared to like the picture of the suspect that was caught on camera where it's wider apart. And I'm like, yo, these people are really
Are you not a fan of phrenology?
Phrenology.
Yeah.
What's
Phrenology.
that?
Yeah. That's this.
Just remember the old times that they would like measure people's skulls.
Oh,
he's like,
yeah,
this is
Yeah.
the skull of a stagecoach driver.
Yeah. I'm obviously a huge believer in that. I think I learned it especially from like, you know, Django, where we could be able to tell the skulls of different people.
Oh god, that was such a dark scene.
Yeah, that was really a dark scene. Like old Ben here, the 3 dimples in the back of So no, I mean, obviously America, I think people don't understand that we're such a not diverse looking group of people. Like you can find a doppelganger of yourself just within the United States very easily. And I'm not gonna lie, like all the people that they were showing that could possibly been the shooter, I was like, every one of them could look like they'd been the shooter. So somebody said if the eyebrows don't it's like the eyebrow gap don't fit, you must have quit because the eyebrow gap is not adding up. Like dude almost has a unibrow and the guy in the picture doesn't. So I mean, internet detectives are going hard on this one. So guys, I mean, I think we might have our Italian OJ case here. And somebody said too, they were like, has the white community ever been so strongly adamant for like in the case of a killer ever like this? And I was like, is this white people's OJ moment? I was like, it actually might be.
Oh, shit.
Like
he did plead not guilty.
Yeah, he said he's not guilty. And the thing is like, because somebody was asking me, it was like, who was really rooting for OJ? Was it black people or white people? I was like, it was 100% black people. Black people, I don't know if people remember the reaction. Black people were cheering, and right across from the aisle, white people were crying. So I'm like, this is kind of the same thing, but it's almost different because everybody's rooting for this guy. The only people it's like the people.
It's more of like a class thing, though. Like, who here doesn't have a horror story with like medical bills or something like that? Just think about it.
Yeah,
with your health insurance, who here doesn't have a horror story?
Yeah,
it touches everyone. Yeah, so that's why it's like more of a class thing.
Yeah, it's literally like the healthcare like executives on one side, like boo this guy, and like the rest of America is like justice. I'm just like, this is really
the only place where you'll find like non like pro Luigi stuff is if you go to like CNN or Fox or whatever.
Sure,
but outside of those mainstream ones, it's a shockingly amount of people are
pro Luigi,
not pro the action, but pro the message, pretty much.
Yeah, I saw like a picture of someone screenshotted a lot of comments from the YouTube videos of like a lot of right wing people. So like Tucker Carlson, my bad. And like Matt Shapiro, because they had made videos of like, oh, the left is celebrating a murder. And then people in the comments were like, "It's not just the left. Like, we wanted this to happen too. We're like, they're for it basically. So it's like almost bipartisan, right? It's almost both sides were like, "Yo, fuck this guy."
It is 100% bipartisan. It is a bipartisan win for this guy.
Like you said, that was an Ivy League guy that got fucked up by the medical system.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it really touches everyone, not just like the uninsured.
Yeah. This is the all-American guy right here. This is a person living the American dream, and you literally it said his friends literally said this guy was completely normal up until like 3-4 months ago, where he just ghosted all his friends, and then said the next time they heard from him was seeing pictures of him potentially allegedly assassinating the United Healthcare CEO. Which is wild to me. Is like I have never seen anybody. I have never seen any group. I've never seen a group celebrate someone's death so much. I mean, I'm trying to think like maybe Bin Laden or Saddam Hussein. Like
Bin Laden probably wasn't like as much. This like has really like unified people, and obviously murder is bad, blah blah blah. But it has unified people because again, it's just something that everyone's just tired of, right?
Yeah.
Like they literally, I just saw a story where the day that the guy was assassinated, someone from Blue Cross or something were gonna institute a new policy where after 30 minutes you couldn't be administered any more pain medicine. And now when that happens, you're usually knocked out. You don't even have a choice in the matter, right?
Yeah.
So they preactively did that to basically just start denying claims. As soon as that happened, like, you know what, we didn't mean that. So at least it's sending a little message, just something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a crazy message, and I'm just like I said, I am surprised that they are so like against this guy. Like, I feel bad for this guy, and like
I don't.
I do a little bit.
His funeral is being paid by like a bunch of money that was getting from like people's deaths, right?
Yeah,
people commit suicide a ton. All these people, and there's no way you're a CEO of a healthcare industry and you don't know that you're indirectly or directly responsible for that many people going through pain, suffering, losing their homes, dying, committing suicide, dying of cancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if he was like a call center dude, like who just worked at a health company, I could see it, right? But like he's the head, like he had power to
make the decisions that literally killed hundreds and not thousands of people. He was responsible for hundreds and not thousands of people.
Yeah, indirectly. United Healthcare, they had the most amount of denials, right? Like out of all the other
AI, right? That automatically denied people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The appeal process almost impossible to fucking navigate.
Well, hey, you know,
listen, I've known people that literally have lost their homes because they got cancer.
Jeez,
literally, everything. They lose everything because they just got unlucky and got cancer.
Well, it was like Bandita, you had mentioned this. You had said this before. It's like this is while you know, obviously we don't condone murder. This is I think you said something.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, but I think you had said something to the effect of this is a response to the disease or something like that. This is a response to the sickness. Yeah. And I can see that. Like, I definitely understand that. And it's sad because, I don't know anybody personally who's lost like their entire house or anything of the sort, but I've known people, even myself, have gone through medical things where like, if I wasn't in the position that I was in, I would be hurting, paying back, you know, thousands of dollars at for a hospital stay or something like that. And like I've talked to some of my friends from overseas. I'm like, the US, while it is great, I mean, we don't have the best medical care for how great America is and how great we talk about how America is. You know, we do have a lacking medical system for those who can't afford it. And you know, is healthcare, it kind of begs the question, is healthcare a right or is it a luxury? Like, yes, and like, you can, to be fair, you can always go to a hospital and get checked out. Like, even if you can't pay, they can't refuse you because you can't pay. But the thing is like, then what's going to happen after you get out? Right. And now you're in debt. Now you're
gonna have to pay somehow.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna have to incur bankruptcy.
Yeah. So it sucks. And it's like, I mean, but then there's also parts on the opposite side, right? People are like, oh, well, healthcare should be free. Well, it comes at a cost. In these countries that do have free healthcare, what do they also have? High ass taxes. So it's like, you can have the free healthcare, but are you ready to get taxed at 50%?
They always say that, but literally the programs that have been introduced would like grab a section of like profits of like these multi-billion-dollar companies, and that would just itself, if not just a sliver of what we spend on the military, put into healthcare without raising anyone's taxes, and people would be covered. It's just that's the number one thing that anti-universal healthcare people grab is like, are you ready to pay more taxes? It's like the Pentagon probably just got another raise for like probably what, an extra $1 billion, and nobody bats an eye. And then when the Pentagon gets like, you know, whatever it is, when they check their finances, like the numbers don't match, but we can't investigate it. So all these money is just we're literally just throwing money everywhere except where we need it, and everyone's fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, there's things that we can do, but you know what's not going to solve it? A shot to the chest of random.
At least it got us talking. Yeah, at least it brought a spotlight to the issue.
Awful lot of commies in here. Is all I'll say.
Yeah.
Listen, Mr. Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
What?
But yeah, I mean, like, and that's
when the shit hits the fan, the fan, I'm out of here. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Like, you
how
see,
many?
like,
How many?
come up. Hey,
right? How many peaceful protests would it take for them to like recognize and get changed? Right? People would be fucking still dying by the time anyone did anything.
People are still right now. There's whatever that health insurance company. I guarantee you right now, there's someone today. At least one person has died because they've got their shit denied.
Yeah,
that's almost a guarantee.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. And so like, if that's not working, like something's got to give. And so that's what happened.
Well,
you can only push people so far, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But like I said before, once again, is that like Denmark? I was just looking up the statistics. Like Denmark has free healthcare, right? But they're getting taxed at 56%, right? So but it's a larger problem. Like, and there are other countries, right? And I was looking at comparable other first world countries like Sweden, right? Sweden doesn't have free healthcare, but is relatively affordable. That's the problem, is that healthcare for our system is not affordable. Yeah, we get tax less, and we want free healthcare, but we don't want to pay that money for free, affordable healthcare for all. And that's the problem. And yes, can we tax the billionaires and so forth? You're going to have a much harder time taxing billionaires than trying to convince people, which is still a hard ass thing to do. You're going to have a much harder time trying to convince people or convince lawmakers to tax billionaires or mega corporations than you would have them charging more taxes for the average person.
What if they start getting shot?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that would change. That would change. That would change a lot of things.
We keep saying that.
No,
but the U.S.
like bodyguards and it won't come out more.
That's right.
No, but just to sort of refute that, they've done studies, and even with our current system, we are still spending way more money on healthcare than all these other places that you're talking about.
Yes,
that are modernized, right? The amount that we spend is ridiculous for what we get, and that's because the majority of it goes to insurance companies. If we just were able to even negotiate with the hospitals directly, it would be a step forward, just something to cut out the middleman. We're literally just paying people to tell us if they're gonna give us some of our money back or not.
Well, to be fair, and this is a great point. I hate to say this, but I mean, it's a talking point that a lot of people have said, so I'm not giving him credit. But in a recent interview, Trump was asked about this, and he had brought up the point where he was saying, like with Obamacare, like with the Affordable Health Care Act, a lot of people say you shouldn't have to pay the government or pay people for insurance. Like you should be able to just pay for the hospitals directly. They charge you a fee. They say, hey, you went here, you just pay us directly. We don't do the whole insurance thing and so forth. And and he kind of brought that up, and how cutting out the middleman for like Obamacare, which I disagree with his point of what he was trying to say, but I understand the gist of what he was trying to say, is that ultimately at the end of the day, if we have a program where it cuts out insurance companies, and like you were saying, Green Tuner, if we had cut out insurance companies and we were paying directly to the hospitals, it would drastically reduce the cost of instead of having the middleman, because the middleman has to keep lights on, and they have to
they have employees which have W-2s, which have insurances, which have retirements, which have pensions.
I do agree with that. If we had a centralized system, but it's almost like the same thing with like I mean, this is kind of it kind of could be this argument can be easily defeated, but it's almost like why do we need to have car insurance, right? Like, you know, the car insurance we should have a system where, like, if you break your car, right, you could just be able to take it to the mechanic or whatever, or the person who damages your car, you should be like an honor system and so forth, where we have good checks and balances. We really don't have that, though. So you have the insurance to cover you. It's not really you are having the insurance to cover you because you're a bad driver or this and the other. It's to protect you from other people who might damage your car and so forth, and also protects you to an extent as well. But you're assuming it's because of the other person. So we don't have a really good system.
What happens when the car insurance on the majority of times refuses to cover anything?
I mean, that's the problem with insurance. Like, they can have the ability to just
fucking racket.
Yeah, and pretty much be like, hey, we're not paying for this. And it's like, oh well,
it's like literally like if we were all just paying car insurance, and the moment we went to file a claim, they were like, I'm sorry, the only thing we can give you $10. And
that's the thing. But that's the thing. We're so ingrained in our system to have these these systems where we have middlemen and so forth to pretty much work for us, it makes these situations with like health insurance very precarious to deal with and try to get rid of. I agree. I wish we had I wish we had free healthcare for all. The likelihood of that happening now because that guy got shot, I think it's still slim to none. I don't think nothing changes overall. I think everything's going to stay the same. We're going to have a vigilante, literally, / possible murderer, alleged murderer, and that's it. So that's the most that we got out of it. We get some memes, and that's about all. So that's my 2 point. That's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, history usually goes that way, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like this guy's gonna get a quick trial. I think he's gonna be kicked. I think he's gonna be found not guilty, or he's not. They're gonna find some other little small charge to get him on. I don't think he's gonna serve any real time. I don't think so. And if he does serve time, I think it's gonna be short. So that's just my. Dude,
the amount of support this dude's gonna get, no matter what. Like even like lawyers right now are fighting to represent him because it's such a high profile.
Yeah, how do you get a jury for this? Like you can't. How do you have a jury? Like
every jury is gonna be innocent. Like you're literally gonna have to like fill it with just a bunch of health insurance CEOs to get a guilty.
Like that's weird, isn't that? The Anthem CEO is that Cigna? Like, that's kind of weird. It's like, yeah. Hold on, we got a comment in the chat. It said, but you also have to look at wage inequality. People nowadays don't want to accept that America is racist, but a majority of laws that were created and passed in the past. That's a weird. He wrote it correctly. It sounds weird. Passed in the past were taken advantage and exploited to discriminate against minorities and immigrants. I mean, yes, there is a lot of,
sure.
There is a lot of wage disparity, and it should be no reason why somebody who goes to the doctor or goes to the hospital for brain cancer or something like that, and given the option to live, right? This is the crazy part. Like, hey, you could die with no debt, or you could die with hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. Yeah. How much is your life worth? And they'll never be able to pay that crap back. But why put that bill on top of their head in the first place? That's why I say it's crazy. Like we have the technology to save people. Why are we charging an arm and a leg to save somebody? Which if they didn't have that, they were gonna die, not paying the bill anyway. But now they're gonna have to pay this bill, and for the rest of their life, they have this huge burden on their head. It's absolutely bonkers.
I remember there was an ad for Children's Hospital or Mercy Hospital, whatever, that just kept coming because I just watching whatever the streams, the commercials, it would be like, St. Jude's, right? Mm-hmm. And the commercials, like, literally they had to like re-edit it and re-release it because the original was like, if St. Jude's wasn't there, I don't know where my son or daughter would be now because they got cancer, right? Mm-hmm. We couldn't afford the treatments. They had to reshoot the commercial and just cut out the afford treatment parts. But literally, we are... in this country, we literally have to fund a nonprofit in order to save children from cancer because their parents cannot afford treatment.
Yeah, that's wild.
Just think about that.
No, that's wild. It's absolutely wild.
The treatment is there, but they won't give it to them.
Yeah, but the only problem. But from the other side that I've heard from our native Canadian here is that people complain, even like with free healthcare places. I mean, they don't complain about the fact that they get free healthcare. They complain about the fact that it takes a long time sometimes to get seen.
Yeah, it's the quality. It's the quality that there's a lot of complaints about the quality of the healthcare and the waiting for the healthcare. It's there, it's free, but there's So I mean, it's two sides to that. I mean, but it's
I'm not saying it's perfect.
There's two sides. Yeah, exactly. There's a much better system than what we have right now. Yeah, I refuse to believe this is the best system that we can get.
I don't care, you guys. I got money.
We haven't fucking tried.
Hey, I don't care. I got money. I'm being seen. Forget y'all brokies over there.
Yeah, you hear that? Whoever is covering cream, make sure.
Why are we talking about sneakers right now? Like your expensive ass.
Wait, did you ever find those Jurassic Park wild ass sneakers I was talking about?
I thought you posted them.
Yeah, let me.
I thought we'll talk about. Anyway, we'll look at it later. Okay, because we're running super late. We have one more.
What possible segment would we pivot from this? I'm curious.
I was gonna say Game Awards. Game Awards. Like, hell yeah!
Speaking of shooters,
the
Game Awards are coming.
We're shooting from the hip. Game Awards.
Best shooter of the year.
Best shooter.
Marvel Rivals, and it has that Luigi guy in front.
Yeah, right. This man obviously got his shooting skills from Call of Duty. Game Awards are tomorrow, so if you're watching this live, yeah, it'll be tomorrow. If you're not watching this live, it's already passed, so go back and get in your time machine and watch it. But were
you going to go over the nominees?
No, I was gonna go. Apparently, there are some big heavy hitters getting shown.
Two games that will make you say, "Oh shit!" Apparently,
yeah. So we don't
know what it is yet.
We don't know what it is.
What are you guys precogging of that?
Well, one, we know what they said is not going to be, which it could be a red herring. Is Bloodborne. Bloodborne is not one of them.
Gonna be Bloodborne.
Not
it's
one.
not. No.
Hold on.
I think it's gonna be
KI2.
KI2. Ooh, we're coming out with the bangers. I think it's gonna be Metal Gear Solid. I think Metal Gear Solid is gonna be announced for
another one. You think so?
No, a remake.
Oh, the remaster.
Yeah, remaster. No. They already done a like an HD like remastered version. I'm talking about that. This is gonna be a remake. I think. Remake? Yeah, I think that's gonna be a remake for that. Let me see. What could be another game?
Rumors are saying Half-Life 3. That's more on the street.
Yeah.
Half-Life 3 has been in development literally for 2 decades.
Has Valve ever done a 3?
No, there's been
third in a series.
There's Half-Life 2, and then there was Half-Life Alex, whatever, which is like a VR mini chapter thing. But there has been a lot of talk in the past about Half-Life 3, and they talked to Gabe Newell, who is the owner of Steam. The
Messiah, please.
The Messiah. Yeah, my bad. The chosen one. The PC Lord and Savior, that we'll say.
The PC Lord and Savior. All hail, Gabe.
Yeah. He I know he was questioned about it in the past, and he said that I think he mentioned that Half-Life 3 is being worked on, but he doesn't have he's not confirming and denying how far along it is or if it's actually fully in development and so forth. Like, he was being very cryptic about it, and pretty much he almost gave like a response like it'll come out when it comes out. It's almost like when
a fucking page. Yeah, I was gonna say he took a page out of George
R. R. Martin's. Yeah, he's almost gonna say.
Now, was he wearing shitty fucking polo shirt with an unkempt beard and fucking wild hair everywhere? I've never seen such a.
He's pretty close. He's pretty close.
He's so comfortable all the time. I'm like, this guy's worth so much money in the game industry, and he just walks around like he's a homeless guy.
You know, Steam by itself is they only have apparently they only have not even 100 employees or something like that. Like, what? Steam, I think they said the average salary. Valve. I'm sorry. Yeah, Valve in of itself is like the worth that Valve has comparatively to the income that Steam and everything else brings in. I think from what I heard, and this may not be true, but I've seen people talk about the fact that the average person that works there makes hundreds of thousands of dollars, like the average person. And I think the lowest person is probably like a couple $100,000 because the team is so small and so forth that's what they get paid. And apparently to even get a developer position in there or a senior programmer there, you pretty much have to move heaven or earth to get that job. You can't just walk in and be like, oh, I'm just going to apply for a job. They don't have careers posted like that. That's allegedly.
From an interview, I remember Gabe said that he's a big fan of refreshing staff. Mm-hmm. So it's not a lot of people aren't there for the long haul. They have because his mindset is you want to keep things fresh, so you always want to rotate people. So even those high paying positions, you're gonna stay there for long unless you're one of the higher guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at their website right now, and they have for game design, they have you pretty much have to have. They said they want you to have deep expertise. One of the jobs is a psychologist for research and experimental. So all these they have level designer.
What is the last game Valve has put out?
It's a good question.
I feel like
2. What's the last game?
I don't know. I was thinking.
Yeah, Half-Life Alex.
Half-Life Alex would be the last game. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Half-Life Alex. But outside of that, what is the original IP? Last original IP they put out? Portal? Fucking probably.
Probably Portal.
Nah, Deadlock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that just came out.
I mean, I think they publish it though. I mean, because they're not the developer necessarily, unless Iceberg works there. I can't. I don't remember.
Let me see. When I look for Valve Games, it does have Deadlock in there. So yeah, Deadlock would probably be the last one. Yeah. Other than that, Counter-Strike 2 was before that. Then Aperture Desk Job, which I'm assuming that's another Portal. Yeah, it's Portal-esque game. VR.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at Counter-Strike 2 makes a ton of money. So I mean, those loot boxes. I mean, literally people buying loot boxes for. I think a skin sold on Counter-Strike for $1 million plus.
Weren't you big into Counter-Strike, or am I thinking of someone else?
I was big in Counter-Strike at one point.
Yeah, collecting the crazy skins.
No, I wasn't collecting skins like that. I was just playing like.
And that was someone else I knew where they would actually like legit pay like the ridiculous amount of money for skins, and I was like, all right.
No, I never did that. I had other vices, but yeah, it wasn't that. So, all right, but that's all our stories for this week. Unless you guys have anything else. Yeah, this is a long podcast episode. This was 1 hour on Star Wars and almost 2 hours on Blrd Extra. So yeah, this was a doozy. But yeah, lots of news. But yeah, if you guys don't have anything, I think we probably bow out. So yeah, as always, guys, we appreciate you guys for stopping by for the Blrd ExtraBLRD podcast and Blrd After Dark, where we get into the nasty nitty gritty stuff of the entertainment field and so forth. But as always, we appreciate you guys. You can always check us out on twitch.tv/the Blrd podcast to catch live tapings. And for the recording of the live tapings, if you don't catch the VOD on Twitch, you can catch us on youtube.com/the Blrd podcast. And of course, if you want to listen to the audio, we're on all major podcasting platforms, Amazon, Spotify, you name it, we are there. Until next time, you guys, we appreciate you, and we will see you later. Blur you later.
Blur you later.